Good morning. So it is now day 83 of the vlog, and as you would have just seen, it's 1st of May, which means it's now the month of the Ultra, and it's SpongeBob's birthday. I was looking at stuff about May yesterday just to see, some facts, and yeah, apparently the first time SpongeBob was aired on TV was the 1st of May, so happy birthday, SpongeBob. In terms of sponges, I had a bit of an interesting night yesterday. You're going to see that in the next clip in a minute. At the moment, I'm currently doing sit-ups, but in terms of today, going to be vegan for the day. I had a little look yesterday at sort of things I was eating, really, and just, of course, surprised how much is vegan. Obviously, there's a few things that aren't, so I'll sort of pretend I was doing, well, not pretend, essentially treat it as a normal day, and then just have a look at the things I would have eaten, and can I eat them, and then just eat the bits that obviously, or replace the bits that I couldn't eat, and find a vegan alternative. So we're going to do that today. And then also this one, I'm going to chase a bus. So I'm going to go to the gym. I'm going to wait for the bus to go past a certain stop. And I'm going to try and walk the quickest route to the next bus stop, which is near the gym. And see if the bus, which tends to go a different way round, see if it can beat me there. So yeah, looking forward to that. Got to try and work out what to have for breakfast now in a minute. I think Huel's going to come to my rescue though. Apologies for the bad hair day, by the way. It's getting very long, my hair, at the moment. So first thing before breakfast, I thought I'd look at supplements. So what ones can I have? I can have this one. So this is magnesium B6. That says vegan friendly on the front. So I can have them. So I might have them for breakfast. I can't have though vitamin D because that one just says for vegetarians. And then the ones like Lion's Mane, I don't know if you'll be able to read that. It'd be the wrong way around. But essentially it says beef on the back. It's not focusing anyway, but it says beef on the back. So yeah, it's part of the, what is the beef? It's a gelatin capsule. And it's the same for the ginseng. So I can't have those today, which is a little bit annoying because I would like one. And then obviously I had these hydration tablets yesterday. Now they are vegan friendly. It says they're suitable for vegans and vegetarians. So I'll have one of them with my drink, which is good in the hot weather. But yeah, I thought that was really weird. I never thought supplements you'd have an issue with. Right, now it's what's for breakfast. Looking forward to this. So I'm putting Huel over my cereal today. So I've only got one Weetabix because Huel's are so thin, but I've got nuts, cacao powder, dates and seeds in there. And what I'm going to do, because I can't have milk of course, open up the Huel. This is a vanilla one. And then that's going to be my milk essentially today. So I'm going to tip that over my cereal. Oh, the thing is, it's 500 ml, so what's the best bit? You get to drink the rest. That is heaven. So what can't I have for breakfast today? Well, what would I also normally have? Let's show you. A little bit disappointed about this, but obviously I can't have milk, but that's okay because obviously I have milky coffees and teas normally anyway. I can't have one of my yogurts though, which is really annoying because I love these yogurts, particularly these ones, apple and cereal. I can't have my biscuits, they've got milk in, and the same with Crave. So far what I've noticed, particularly for breakfast, is it's the milk that obviously is the vegan thing I can't have, or non-vegan thing I can't have. So yeah, no milk today, but that's okay. I'm very happy with my Huel Weetabix, so I can survive on that. Now it's time to go eat it. Huels are so incredibly thick and creamy. They don't actually soak, or the Weetabix doesn't actually soak into it. So as you can see, it's just actually floating on the top, to be honest. But yeah, that's fine by me. I've added a bit of peanut butter as well, so I can get by that, but that might be a problem for someone else. Of course, you could use water, but or a milk alternative like an almond milk. But yeah, no, I'm happy with this, so I can survive that. Bit messy this, but it's delicious. I can be vegan with breakfast, that is for sure. Fruit, that's definitely vegan. So that would be absolutely fine for me in terms of snacks today. So yeah, what we're going to look at today though is we're going to look at some myths, or not myths, but some preconceived ideas about veganism and stuff, and whether I can either bust those sort of accusations or myths, whatever you want to call them, or whether they're true. So yeah, fruit, everyone knows that's vegan anyway, but I love fruit, so I'm very happy with that for snacks. people who eat meat basically say, look, you can't be a vegan because you don't get enough protein and all of that. Now, I love my meat and stuff, but actually vegan food has a lot of protein, a lot of plant protein. So I said about peanut butter. Now, essentially, I'm around, let's say, 60 kilos. So I would need 60 grams of protein or so in a day. Now, if you add a tablespoon of peanut butter, you would have 4 grams of protein. I'm going to have these for lunch, my green lentils, which are vegan. They have 23 grams of protein for the whole bag. Got my Biscoff Trek for the snack today, 9 grams of protein, again, vegan. So 23, 27, 36, so it's already 36. And these have 6 grams of protein in, so 42. Again, vegan. And then the last thing is my hill, which also has 20 grams of protein in. So all of that together is about 62 grams of protein. So essentially, I'm going to have all of this today. I've already met my protein requirements, and that doesn't include anything else I'm going to have. So there you go. You can be high in protein and be a vegan. Even if it's plant protein, it's still protein. It's still good for you. So I think that's a plus, and that's a point for veganism. Snacks for the gym. Well, it's not really snacks, is it? It's essentially my whole lunch other than the lentils. This is my vegan option, but again, it's no different really to what I normally have. So we've said that they're all vegan. My crisps, my lentil chips, they're vegan, and obviously my ton of fruit. So apart from my lentils, I've everything packed, and I love all of this. It's just my biscuits and my chocolate corn thins I'll be missing, but apart from that, again, quite happy with all this. Just back out on the home treadmill this morning. Essentially, got a race bus, as I said. The bus is due at 8:20 at the stop I want to see it at, and it's going to take exactly half an hour to get to the next stop where I want to go. So, I've got about half an hour on this home treadmill. Going to have a shower, get myself ready. If it overtakes me on the walk, it's not the end of the world anyway if I don't get it on time, but I think it's going to be very close. I do. I think it's going to take me normally just over half an hour. So, but it is rush hour time, which is why I'm waiting until 8:20. So I'm going to be really interested to see if I can beat public transport. Obviously, I'm taking shortcuts. I'm not going the same route as the bus. But if there's people getting on and off, and you know, people like the money, you just never know. But yeah, that's the plan. The one problem I have noticed though so far, and this is the big issue I think with trying to be vegan, until you get in the habit of being one, is checking labels. Everything's label. And obviously restaurants are getting better at it, but you don't want to be thinking, oh, I'm going to go to a restaurant, or I can't go to a friend's house, or whatever. I think that's one issue still, is that it's very hard to fit in if you're a vegan at times, because you're checking labels and you're worrying where and where you can't go. So, yeah, that's the only thing I've sort of so far not enjoyed, but in terms of energy, feel great, enjoying this, and I don't think I'm going to suffer with hunger like I did with that last challenge, the liquid diet. So there is an opinion that a lot of vegan food is basically rabbit food, but I did find a couple of things in the cupboard that are vegan that I don't think are rabbit food, and I think most people like them. Well, one you either love or hate. I think you can probably guess what that is. But I had these for lunch yesterday. Baked beans, they are vegan. So vegan there. And Marmite, that is vegan as well. So there are things that you probably eat every day that you don't even realise that are vegan. However, I thought Haribo's would be, but they've got gelatin in, which is apparently some sort of animal product which sticks it all together. Mint crumbles though, they're vegan, so if you like mint crumbles. Now you do also have these like meat alternatives. So we've got in the freezer at the moment these Linda McCartney sausages and these no chicken Kieves. And I think that's one of the big issues, is when they almost name something else. I think that annoys people. And they don't really taste like it, let's be honest. You can tell, if you were blindfolded, you would know if it's meat or not meat. However, I think they taste really nice, but that is subjective. But there are things that I'm sure you would like baked beans and Marmite, for some of you, that actually are fine. But yeah, it isn't necessarily, it's personal preference to that. I'm not a fussy eater, so I love all this as well. So I'm going to say it's a bit 50-50 on that statement. It's all rabbit food. It's definitely not all rabbit food, but it's personal preference if you like it. Apologies for the incredibly grainy footage, but I've never seen a little rabbit in the garden before. There's a rabbit in the garden. I don't want to scare it. I've never seen that in all my years living here. Surely that doesn't want a grape. Just had a shower and I've now encountered an extra problem, and something I never actually considered before until, a second ago. Products, not just food, products are vegan as well. So this is a hand wash from the English soap company. Vegan friendly. And then my shampoo and stuff and face washes. Here's just a few examples. Lush love all their vegan products and whatever. So they've got vegan body scrub. This is vegan, says it on the front on my original source. Massive vegan writing here on this foam sort of face wash. So some people obviously don't want it on their skin either. So yeah, this is, much harder than I thought. So maybe some of my deodorants and sprays that I've, putting on, these may not be vegan, but yeah, it doesn't say, so who knows? But see, that would be too much for me. I think personally that would be too much, but as I said, if it matters to you, I think it's good that these companies do put it on their products. Okay, so I've chosen to go an hour later because I was enjoying my music on the home treadmill. Got my protein bar ready for this race. But yeah, if it goes by me, I'm essentially walking the route I'm going. I'm walking essentially the bus route to start with as it is. So if it does suddenly come early, I'll see it anyway. But I think I'm going to be there before it. I'm looking forward to this. There's an extra rule in for this game as well. So I'm going to wait for the bus. So even if it's a couple of minutes late, I'm going to wait. If it is a couple of minutes late, let's say it's 2 minutes late, I have an extra 2 minutes time to get there, because it might still then pick up pace. It may skip a few stops if it needs to and get there on time to my one. But I'm going to say I wouldn't have waited for it. So essentially, I'm going to give myself extra time every minute it is late. I think that's fair. You can see the bus. The bus stop is there. The bus is about to go by. It's 1 minute late, so I'm going to give myself an extra minute. It's game on. Let's go. Even if the bus does beat me, I'm cutting through a local park, and this is much, much nicer, much more peaceful. And ultimately, you're saving money, and I'm getting the steps in. And being an ultra athlete like myself, I should be up to about 16,000 steps by the time I get to that stop. So yeah, it's all looking good. I said I'm 5 minutes in. That's going around the town. I'm cutting through the town, and I think it's going to be really close. This is one of my favourite challenges I think I've done so far. Come on, Harry. That's the bus. Right, still got a bit of time. Yeah, it just went by, but as I said, it does like a bit of a round trip, so it doesn't go direct to where I want to go. So I'd have to go round sort of essentially the main road, whereas I'm just cutting down sort of direct routes on footpaths. So yeah, even though it went by me then, that was just like a halfway stage, let's say, because I've still got about 17 minutes before it arrives there. I'm enjoying this. This is fun. I've got about 7 minutes to go, and I can see the bus stop in the distance outside the field. So I'm definitely winning this competition. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to have a little wander around that field, have a bit more of my vegan food. I've had my vegan track bar, protein bar. It's time for an apple while I wait for the bus to come by. 9:44, don't know if you can see that. There's the bus stop in 5 minutes. So we're going to go and wait on that bench and have something to eat. Easy, not even close, to be honest with you. Honestly, so there you go. It's 5 minutes quicker. Also, a little bit more than that actually. It's 7 minutes quicker to walk on foot to the gym and get the bus. So, vegan ultra runner has done it. he's beaten them. Very happy with that. Heading back from the gym now. To be honest, I don't even feel hungry. I mean, I've had most of the stuff, to be honest, other than the crisps that I packed this morning. You know, I've had all the fruit and the 2 sort of bars, but, you know, it's probably the Huels, to be honest, they fill you up. But, yeah, I'm not craving my biscuits or anything like that as a result, which I certainly was with that liquid diet. I definitely think I could do this, you know, I mean, it's certainly improved. As I said, vegan food has certainly got greater variety than it used to, and then it certainly filled me up and gave me plenty of energy this morning. I mean, I'm going to be over 30,000 steps by the time I get back, and yeah, I'm definitely not wilted or anything like that. My saved sponge is holding up in my shoes, but I have to say really well, because I have got no pressure pain today. As I said yesterday, I was getting a bit of that. Where these shoes are quite minimalist, they're quite low to the ground, it was just feeling like I get a bit of pressure. I put the foot pads on, it really worked, but the sponges just underneath the insoles have just done the trick. And as I said, it sounds ridiculous, and you know, it is ridiculous, but they've become probably in the top 3 most important items from the training at the moment, just to avoid, as I said, that additional pressure, because it's a lot of pounding on concrete, but Zaders, they never let you down. The green lentils, but I've got my coffee all ready to go. Now, normally I put mint sauce on these just to add a bit of flavour, but it's a bit of an issue. That is only suitable for vegetarians, and that's because, again, it's got milk and egg in. Same with mayo. I think this would be, I don't really like mayo, but this would definitely be a deal breaker for a lot of people. And then you've got 2 that thankfully are vegan, which is ketchup and brown sauce. I'm going to have brown sauce with my lentils, because I actually think that might go quite well. So I'm looking forward to trying that. But let's be honest, who would normally just have a bag of lentils? You wouldn't, would you really? But again, fine by me. Doesn't that look appetising? I like it. Lentils and brown sauce. It's a new combination. Now, I don't know the full facts around sort of how vegans and stuff are helping the planet, so I don't want to kind of go into it too much. And I don't know the full facts around, you know, how meat eaters and eating meat and stuff is harmful to the planet. But obviously, I do know there's issues around overfishing and stuff, and all that sort of thing. So, but that doesn't mean, it doesn't matter whether you're a vegan or a meat eater or whatever, you can still do good things for the planet. Just small things make a difference ultimately. Again, if there are issues around eating meat and fish for the planet, you can just cut down ultimately. You know, just don't have it every day, or don't have it so often if you want to make that sort of difference. Also, there's other things you can do, recycling, whatever. So my lentils I had for lunch, you can't actually recycle them. It says, do not recycle. So that's not a good thing for the planet. That's going to go into landfill. Whereas my tin of sardines over here, you can recycle that, and obviously I'll eat all the sardines and whatever. So again, I know that's not good, because obviously overfishing and all sorts of things like that. But there are all little things. There's so many factors to helping save your local area and your environment. Even things like, as I said, walking to places like I did, rather than taking, you know, the car or taking public transport. So as I said, there's plenty of things you can do, and it doesn't have to come down to whether you're a vegan or not. So yeah, for me, just make a small change if you want to, and that's the most important thing. If you can make a positive difference to the planet and whatever, great. But ultimately, you've got to, you know, you don't have to do everything. You just got to make small steps. If everyone does small steps, it'll have a bigger impact. Yeah, the rabbit is very shy. I'm just hiding, waiting for him to come back out. He's hiding under our decking. But it's typical, isn't it? I've never mentioned about rabbits at all on this vlog. One day I mention rabbit food and a rabbit appears. It's just, I cannot believe it. 29 years and I've never seen a rabbit in our garden. And then today, when I mention it, there is one. I think I've scared it now, though. Then again, The blackbird's going to be worried now. Maybe Mum will have a new pet. I'll look after this one. Right, it's gone hiding. So what I'm going to do, I just looked up, they can eat cucumbers in moderation. And leave a bit of cucumber down there because that's vegan. So yeah, back out on my evening walk. Be interested to see if that cucumber's gone. Actually, I don't think the rabbit's going to eat it, but I think it's living under our decking now. So yeah, up to over 40,000 steps. By the time we're back, should be sort of 45,000 steps. I'm pretty happy with that. I'd say vegan sort of food, if you're having the sort of fattier things like your nuts and your peanut butter and stuff, certainly keeps you going. So yeah, I'm certainly not feeling like I'm really craving the biscuits, but I suppose the question is, I'll have to decide when I'm back, could I be a vegan and an ultra runner at the same time? That's it for today. About to have my pea soup for dinner, so my last sort of vegan thing. Do I think I could be a vegan ultra runner? The answer is yes, I think I could, but it wouldn't be without its sort of challenges. I have to say, I found it really difficult today looking at labels and trying to work out, what is vegan, what isn't vegan as well. And personally, I'm looking at it from a health point of view and a performance point of view. And I still think from a health point of view, there's plenty of, healthy meats and fish and eggs and all those sort of things that I really enjoy. But beyond that, I actually really enjoy the simple things in life. And sometimes that can just be your rice pudding, your biscuits and your crave. And for that reason, I'm going to say it's 6 o'clock now. I'm breaking my vegan diet for today. But I could do it. It would just be a bit of a challenge. And as I said, I think anyone could do it. Even if you do it for a couple of days a week, we sometimes have a lot of vegan meals at home. Mum likes them. We all like them. And I certainly will still be eating that as well. So it's not just all meat and all sorts. But yeah, definitely for now, I'm going to have the sardines. I'm going to have my treats because I really like that stuff. And it makes me feel happy as well. In terms of tomorrow, we're going to look at exercise on the brain. Can exercise make you smarter? That is the question. And we're going to try some sort of brain games, essentially, to see before exercise and after exercise, do I improve on them? So that's going to be the vlog tomorrow. I'm really looking forward to doing it. I've got some sort of interesting game ideas in mind as well. So yeah, looking forward to that. But I hope you enjoyed this one most of all. And yeah, I'll catch you later.